in my opening introduction, I'd like to announce the people who have been real instrumental and our special guests that are here with us tonight. As I read your name, if you would, if you'd stand up please, and so we can recognize you, and I'd appreciate it if you do that. There's been so many people that have done so much work to make something like this come about. And we've heard about the Olympics for a long, long time. I know that my grandmother is quite a collector of old articles, newspaper articles and magazine articles. And she gave me this magazine. It was actually called the Utah Magazine. And back then it was Governor Calvin Rampton was the governor at that time, and it was in 1964. And I had this magazine, and I was looking through it, and two articles caught my eye right off the bat. The very first one was in the front page, and it said, "Are the Winter Olympics a good thing for Utah?" And I thought that was clear back in 1964, and that was one of the big issues of the day, was would the Olympics ever come to Utah? And the other thing is, where did all the deer go? And I thought how interesting that is, because nowadays we all think that back in the 60s the deer were plentiful, and we didn't even know if they were talking about the Olympics then. And so I thought this has gone on for a long, long time, and so to be able to have it finally come to a head and know that it's going to be a reality, how exciting it is. A group of people in town have just been really instrumental in picking up the pieces and pushing this through in order to get the nomination process as far as wondering about events that can happen leading up to that time. And so I'd like to recognize them if we could. We call this the Community Task Force, and so as I read your name, if you'd please stand up, I'd appreciate that. We have Holly Young. And Holly is the JUAB Travel Council. She's kind of the chairman, and she represents that. Iris Tully, a volunteer, and also one of our torchbearers. Hap White, representing the Lions Club. Patty Banks, representing Central Valley Medical Center. Margaret Thompson, representing the Arts Council. Justin Ware, the JUAB High School Student Body President. Councilman Kent Park, representing the city representative. Diana Painter, representing the DUP. Rick Schnurr, representing Mona City. Sharon Jarrett, representing the Chamber of Commerce. Jens Mickelson, representing the JUAB Travel Council. Lisa Blackett, a volunteer. Ray Crook from Levan City. Donnie Carlton, a Mona PTA. Stephen Olson, the JUAB High School or JUAB Middle School principal. And Barbara McPherson, also a volunteer. We have a distinguished guest with us tonight, representing from the Salt Lake Organizing Committee, representatives for them, Iris Tully, Gina Taylor, and I will say that Gina, even though she's in Santa Quinn, she's a Nephite, and we'll claim her, and Janelle Stevenson, Marianne Gibson, represented from Chevrolet. Coca-Cola is Leonard Troutline, Kate Bates, and Mike Brown. Just appreciate you guys being here with us tonight. Also, we have the media. We have Myrna Troutline and also Alan Gibson. We appreciate them being here with us. Other city officials, we have Councilman Brent Bowles, our city administrator, Randy McKnight, with us, and Councilman Richard Paxman. Other distinguished guests, we just appreciate you being here, and we're glad that you could be here and celebrate this event with us. Coca-Cola kind of gave me a pat speech. I guess they didn't trust me for going on too long, or they wanted to watch what I say, and so I'll read this speech. I think it exemplifies what we're here for. It says, "Thank you for being here with us today. We honor inspirational individuals who will be the Olympic torchbearers in our community. It's a great honor to be nominated as an Olympic torchbearer. Nominations were submitted by family members, friends, colleagues whose lives have been inspired by these individuals. We are proud of those who have been selected, and we're proud of all those who were nominated for the way they make a difference in the life of others. We all benefit from their example. They truly are representative of our community. The Olympic Winter Games of 2002 are America's Games, and through the torch relay, we too have an opportunity to participate in the excitement of these games. We are all moved by the athletes and their inspiration. We are all inspired by our friends, our neighbors who embody the Olympic ideals of courage and determination. The struggles and triumphs of both Olympic athletes and the Olympic torchbearers are similar to the struggles and the triumphs we all experience. When we see these torchbearers carry the Olympic flame on February 5th, and when we watch the games, we can all feel connected, knowing that we all face obstacles that seem impossible to overcome. But whatever the challenge, we can overcome it. That is the story and the inspiration of these torchbearers, and that is the story of these inspiration of these games. And I echo these sentiments, and I stress that how proud of a community we are and how happy we are that we have residents that are able to take part in that. The torch relay itself is largely due to sponsors, and a lot of the sponsorship has come through Coca-Cola and through Chevrolet. And so a lot of the credit goes to those two companies in order for them to be the supporters of this. What I'd like to do is I'd like to turn a little bit of time over to Holly. Holly she's been the chairman on our community task force. I'd like her to take a few minutes and just tell a little bit about what she has done and what the Olympics mean to her. And so we'll go to that point.
Thanks, Mayor. Well, I'm excited. I don't like to stand up and talk in front of people, though, but I'm excited about this Olympic flame that's coming to Nephi. When I seen on the internet for the first time last January, December, whatever, that the torch was actually going to run through Nephi, I got really excited. Through the travel council, I go to some of these state meetings with other cities and other regions, and I started hearing them talk about their community involvement and what they were planning. And I thought, we need to do something. So I got with the mayor, and we started way back then. And then the community, the task force just come out of the woodwork. People just volunteered as soon as they heard about it. I want to help. What can I do? And it's just been so exciting to hear everybody, get excited about this event. We've got some really neat events planned from here on up till the day. The day the torch runs through Nephi will be February 5th. Most of you probably already know that. We're 3 days out from the opening. Opening ceremonies is February 8th. That's exciting to be that close. We're the last city the torch will actually run through before it hits Provo, which is a venue city. So I thought that was kind of exciting and unique to Nephi also. We've been meeting with the people from SLOC quite a bit. They've been to our little city, 5, 6 times so far. Many of you might not know that, but they've walked our streets, they've driven, they've timed it all out, they know exactly how long every block takes to travel. The route is decided. The route actually will not be disclosed to us, though, till about 3 days before the torch arrives. Due to security reasons, they don't want to disclose the route. So we can't tell you where it's going to go. We do know that there will be 18 torchbearers run through town, 7 of which are Nephi natives or residents. We think that's exciting to have that many. When we first started this, the gal from SLOC told us, you might get 4. If you're real lucky, you'll get 5. We thought, is that all? But then the more we talked about it, the more we thought, well, that's pretty good when we heard how their process was all going and how many thousands and thousands of nominations were turned in. It was really exciting. We got a chance, when was it, last June, to send some judges from Nephi up to the region, which consists of Cedar City to Provo. All the nominations that were turned in with those zip codes on them were put in one judging panel. We got to send 2 judges from Nephi to go read those essays and judge them. They didn't get to see names, they didn't get to see zip codes, addresses, nothing. All they got to see was the essays. And we thought that was neat. That was Patty Banks and Colette Orm. Spent one Saturday reading hundreds of essays. And I thought, that's a horrible thing to ask somebody to go read on their Saturday, but they come away saying what a neat experience it was. So that was kind of exciting. We got our own little input into the judging. I just want to give you just a little history on what the flame actually will do. On November 19th, which is really not that far away now, the flame lighting ceremony will take place in Olympia, Greece. On December 3rd, the flame retrieval in Athens, Greece. And then on the 4th of December, the 2002 Olympic Torch Relay will begin in Atlanta, Georgia. The flame will travel more than 13,500 miles and include almost 11,500 torchbearers. Each torchbearer goes 0.2 miles with the torch, a little over a city block. So that's not far when you figure it's got to travel all the way across the country, and it zigzags all over. It hits Anchorage, Alaska. The Olympic torch will travel by torchbearers, Chevrolet cars, trucks, airplanes, trains, ships, dog sleds, skiers, horse-drawn sleighs, snowmobile, ice skaters, ski jumpers, and other unique methods. They told me, and I've been asked numerous times, it's going to come in up here at Salt Creek Canyon. They said, how does it travel in between the cities where you don't have torchbearers? They have a specially designed Chevrolet truck with a cauldron in the back. This flame never goes out. They put the flame in this truck, and off it'll go. And they have a crew that watches that flame safely all the way through. Just to give you an idea of, every day I get an email on my computer that kind of scares me in what I'm doing here. The one I got today, I copied it and brought it. 122 days to go. This number gets littler every day. That's 122 days to opening ceremony. So Nephi, we're 119 days to go, people. Are you ready? We're getting there. It also has a question of the day, trivia. Which team holds the title of the Olympic champ in women's curling? You can think about it a while, or you can come see me. I have the answer. But other than that, I'm really excited to be working with what I'm doing, and my task force has been wonderful. Everybody has just been so willing to take on jobs and just roll with it. It's been really neat, and thank you for the opportunity of letting me serve.
Take a little time. Kent has been the city's representative, and he sat on the community task force. He's gone to all the meetings. He's been instrumental on the run, the 2 mile run and everything. He's stuck with that. Kent's been real enthusiastic with this, and so as I thought about it, I thought I'd like to give Kent the honor to announce the torchbearers, and I'd like him, the process he'll do is announce all of the torchbearers, and then they've asked us if we would take 2 of them and just highlight those 2. And so on the 2 that we've highlighted, he has a brief bio on those, and then he'll give them an opportunity to speak. So turn the time over to Councilman Paul.
What a great opportunity that somebody got to represent the town of Nephi. I think there was something like 500 or 600 entries that they went and counted in the Salt Lake organized committee. And looking at the list from Chevy and Coke, there was quite, so this is quite an honor, I think, to represent our peers and our community here. And if I can just have you come up here, representing the Salt Lake Organized Committee is Iris Tolley, Gina Taylor, Janelle Stevenson, okay, representing the Chevrolet Olympic Torchbearers is Marion Gibson, the Coca-Cola Olympic Torchbearer is Leonard Trompine, Katie Bates, and Mike Brown. Okay, and they've asked me to highlight 2 of them here, and so I just got a little thing for them here. Leonard Trompine was a Coca-Cola nomination, and for more than 30 years, Leonard is 67 and has devoted his life to education, people of Nephi, Utah, throughout various teaching and leadership positions. In this community, Leonard is taught at UF High School and was the first principal of the middle school. He was made many contributes to the state education systems and several roles in the president of both the Utah Middle School Association and the State Association for Secondary School Principals. Leonard is also one of the first board members of Utah Association of Royal Schools. In addition, he has worked in education. Leonard served as a scout leader with the Boy Scouts of America and received the Oregon of the Silver Beaver Award for his achievements and years of service. Leonard was nominated to carry the Olympic flame by his son because he had inspired many people in the state. And according to his son, Leonard is one of the Nephi's prominent citizens. And being an Olympic torch, Leonard says it's an honor to be one of the part of the special. The other they asked me to highlight was Janelle Stevenson. Janelle is in the 9th grade at Juab High School. She has a nervous disorder called Weaver's. Whoa. In February, she had and Heidi's going to have to help me out there. To help dismiss her seizures, so she has since birth. In her 14 years, she has overcome obstacles and physical challenges and is a great inspire to all that know her. Her daily life is not easy, but she never complains. She just keeps on going. She is the daughter of Marlo and Heidi Stevenson. And she's quite a jazz fan, huh? I'd like to give every one of these one more big round of applause. And back to Mayor Pro.
Get a picture before we.
I think maybe it'd be a good opportunity.
Mayor, could I get you to do one thing while you're doing this? You can't, could I get you to stand up there? And you two, Mayor? And could I get you all to kind of squish in? Do that.
Go ahead, Michael. The floor is yours.
Well, I'd like to say it's an honor to be able to stand here today to say that it's going to be exciting to be able to carry the torch. It's what I enjoy about it is because I don't know, a lot of people here probably knows a little bit about me, not a lot about me. When I was born with arthrogryposis. And what that is lacking undeveloped muscles, stiffening of the joints. And the doctors told my parents, they said, well, leave him in the hospital. He'll never walk. He'll never be able to do nothing. And with the bullheadedness my mom and dad had, making sure that I did what I had to do to accomplish things in life, here I am today being able to carry the torch. And I owe a lot to them and my family. When we went up to Salt Lake last week at the state capitol, I was watching everybody, the rest of the torchbearers that were up there, and it was really neat to see what different backgrounds that they came from. It's not disabilities. It goes from disabilities to like Mr. Trump on here, just down people. So it's quite an honor. Thank you.
And it makes me really happy to think that I was able to run. I've liked to run for a while. My dad's helped me and trained me to run for about 2 years now. I would like to say thank you to everybody who made this possible for me to be able to run with the torch, and happy for all the other people that got to do it too.
Well, when my son told me that he had nominated me, I told him, I said, well, I appreciate the time and the effort you put into it, because it'll probably never materialize anyway. And it's just one of those things in life that, I watch the Olympics all the time, and one of my favorite on the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, is the ice skating. And I told him, I says, it'd be nice to be a part of it in some way, because I'd even thought about volunteering up there and that, and then I got thinking about 200-mile drive each day, and that. I watch it on television, and that. And then when she called me and told me that I'd been selected, I about dropped the phone right there on the floor. And so and I blame my son for this. And, but it's a real neat opportunity to be a part of it. Just even though it's 0.2 of a mile, it's still a part of it. And I appreciate the effort and the honor of being able to do that.
Well, I kind of feel the same way Leonard does. It came as a total surprise when our daughter Rebecca said she nominated me. I thought, that's really sweet. But I thought, nah. But when the paperwork started coming, I think you probably all identify with this, it got a little scarier and scarier, all the things you have to fill out and to be quiet about it. But it was always potential. So when the actual paper came that said you were selected, I just wanted to start crying. I thought, you know, the chance to do something like this. I appreciate my family for being patient with me all these years of taping every opening and closing ceremony the past, what, 20 years?
Yeah.
And when I'm not home, I tape it, because I'm a big fan. And I thought, well, I'm not extraordinary, just someone who has a passion for volunteerism. So they said, who are you running for? I said, my family and volunteers, people that want to give their time through Women's Club and Girl Scouts that I've done for over 22 years, 26 in Women's Club. That is just a passion, and it's nice to do something, you kind of be honored for something you love to do. So I don't really feel special, but I am totally overwhelmed.
Please. I was very shocked and I'm very honored when I nominated my mom and she called me and said, guess what, I've been chosen to be an Olympic torchbearer. And I started to cry and she says, and you've also been chosen because of your essay that you've written about me. She's always been an inspiration to me, helped me through a lot of bad times, and I'm proud to do this with my mom.
As Gina said, we were chosen to be in an inspirational pairs program because of and the lady called me and said, your daughter said a lot of nice things about you. I guess I think about a poem one time that I read that said, you can measure success by all these things, but the measure of true success is what your kids say to how your kids describe you to their friends. And I really feel that this is an honor. I have tried to, I represented Nephi and they didn't know it in some positive ways in my life. I ran a marathon on every continent since I had breast cancer. And I've stood up and said I was from Nephi, Utah, USA, and they had no idea where that was. And now I'm going to be able to try to make myself proud, and this is such an honor that I still can cry about it because this is the highlight of my athletic career. And I've done a lot of things in athletics, but being in a parish program with my daughter and having the nice things she said about me is the important thing, and we're happy to be here. She says no.
Okay, it's a great thing. You can see that we're well represented. In the other room there, I've got a pin. I'd like to present each one of them with a Nephi City pin. But while I'm doing that, maybe we could move these chairs back and have you guys get them.
I'm going to crawl in with my nose.
That won't hurt a bit, guys, so that I wouldn't like to take her today, okay?
Smile. No, I haven't done nothing.